Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'll be bringing you a video showing you my top 10 legendaries in Borderlands 3. With that being said, let's get right into it. Number 10 on my list is a shield called the Transformer. This shield is amazing against shock enemies because it converts 100% of shock damage into your shields. This has saved my life many times against bosses like Kilovolt. When I tried farming him for his legendaries, this is the shield that I would go with. In Mayhem 3, when there's shock enemies that are giving me problems, I'll put this on, get right past that area. Honestly, the shield is one of the best in the games, and I really recommend that anybody tries it out if they're having problems getting past shock enemies. That's where you're going to get most of your value out of this shield at, but yeah, it's very good, and I highly recommend it. Number 9 on my list is the Burning Gratifying Laser Splutter. This thing absolutely melts. The only reason I don't have it higher is because it's not so great against enemies with shields, and armored enemies for that matter. But once the enemy is on a red bar, this thing will absolutely destroy them. It has a super fast time to kill. Just look at it. Look what it's doing to the enemies. Absolutely melting. And this is Mayhem 3. You know, there's not any reason that this gun cannot make a top 10 list. It is one of my favorite guns to use. It shoots a laser and it shoots rockets afterwards. Like, just look at this. It destroys. At number 8, we have the Fire Sale Long Musket Plus Plus. This is the same as the Laser Splutter. It absolutely melts enemies. It's a fire weapon, so it's going to. The reason I have it higher than Laser Splutter, though, is because it does better against shields, and when you throw it, it can be a turret while on the ground, and that also helps you out in big fights with a lot of enemies. This thing is so much fun to use in close quarters, and it is absolutely a go-to for me. At number 7, we have the Queen's Call. I'm sure all of you guys have heard about this gun by now. It is great for melting bosses with a flak build, or even just melting enemies as long as you can hit crits. The ability is that it returns 3 bullets to the magazine after hitting a critical shot. Now, this gun shoots 3 bullets at the same time, and you should only have 2 shots normally, but with flak builds and stuff like that where you can only get critical hits, it absolutely destroys. It is so much fun to use, and it is very, very good. At number 6, we have the Shocking AAA. This is one of my favorite guns to use, and the simple fact that it destroys shields. This is one of the best team-oriented guns, and I think that might be why I like it so much, is because a lot of the times that I'm playing Borderlands, I'm playing with friends. It absolutely can help out in any team fight, especially in like something like the Slaughter Star 3000. That's where I use this gun the most, and that's where I got the most use out of it. For me, it's a must use, and I think it should be for you guys too. At number 5, making its return from Borderlands 2 is Lyuda. This gun was a must-own for anybody with a zero build that had bore on it, and it absolutely melted enemies and bosses in Borderlands 2. And it is still much the same. Maybe not quite as good as it was in Borderlands 2, but it's still very fun to use. It's amazing against corrosive enemies, and it can absolutely destroy when used in the right build. Make sure you guys pick up this one, as it's going to be a mainstay in my weapons for a while. At number 4, we have the Iron Maiden Rectifier. This is one of my favorite shields of the game, if not my favorite. I like it because sometimes I don't like switching off of the highest DPS weapons that I have. And this allows me to do that because it'll take down enemy shields for me, basically. It deals a good amount of shock damage and chains together enemies with that shock damage to where I don't have to worry about shields whenever maybe me and my girlfriend are playing. Maybe we're just wanting to get through missions, and you know, this really helps us out with speedrunning them. Honestly, the shield does a lot for us, especially in a team setting, to where it makes the game a lot more fun to play. I really recommend having it. At number 3, we have my second favorite shotgun in the game, and that is the Speed Loading Hellwalker. This is one of my favorite shotguns in the game, partly because of how much damage it does. The DPS potential on this weapon is absolutely insane. It can 2-shot, 3-shot enemies in Mayhem 3. And then the other part of why I really like it is because of the sound effects that this gun makes. It has a Doom sound effect on it that is really entertaining and really fun to use. This gun is one of my favorites in the game, and that's why it's coming in at number 3. At number 2 is the Flagger. Now, the Flagger is back. Just like the Lyuda, this weapon is making a comeback from Borderlands 2, and it hasn't lost a step. This thing will destroy enemies completely. Whether it be Mayhem 1, 2, 3, True Vault Hunter mode, whatever, this thing melts. It'll take down enemy shields, it'll take down armored enemies, it'll take down whoever, bosses, you name it. This thing is amazing to use, and is one of my favorite guns in the game. It is absolutely the highest DPS shotgun for me, at least. Just look at that. It just, the guy got melted. I think this is one of my favorite guns just because of how fun it is. And at number 1, we have the Arctic Tame Nighthawk. This is by far my favorite legendary in the game. It's not even close. The Flakger one-shots enemies. Yes, it is very powerful, but this gun is the best. I never take it off my class. It stays on in my first weapon slot. It melts enemies. Basically, I main Zane, so maybe that's why it'll freeze enemies completely, and then they're so easy to kill. But it is absolutely the best gun. The best submachine gun, at least in the game, no doubt about it. I've seen people looking for trading for them on the Borderlands 3 Discord, and everybody wants one right now. So if you get one, be sure to hold on to it because it will surely come in handy. Alright guys, that's it for my top 10 legendaries of Borderlands 3. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What did I miss? Because I'm sure there's been guns that I haven't gotten yet. I hope you enjoyed the video though. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps us out a lot on getting the information to more people. Have a good one, guys.